Deepawali. It is the festival of lights, which is marked by 5 days of celebration, which literally illuminates the country, the world, with its brilliance and dazzles all with its joy. Each of these 5 days in the festival of lights of Deepawali is separated by different traditions. However, this day is celebrated as Deepawali. The celebration of Deepawali or Diwali usually lasts 5 days and takes place during the Hindu lunar calendar month of Kartika, roughly between mid-October and mid-November. One of the most popular festivals of Sanatan Vedic Hindu Dharma. Diwali symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. It's also associated with Lakshmi, goddess of wealth and prosperity. Sita and Ram, Vishnu, Krishna, Yamaraj, Durga, Kali, Dhanvantari, and Vishvakarman. A celebration of the day when Lord Rama returned to his kingdom Ayodhya after defeating the demon king Ravana. Celebrations take place way before Deepawali, and preparations, renovating, decorating homes, workplaces, getting diyas ready, rangoli. And during this period, people wear the finest clothes, illuminate the interior and exterior of their homes with diyas and rangolis to perform the Lakshmi Puja on Deepawali. Ceremonies of Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity and wealth. Five days of the festival, as mentioned in the early Vedic texts, Diwali is usually celebrated 20 days after Dasera, with Dhanteras marking the first day of the festival. The second day is Narak Chaturdashi, followed by Diwali with much joy and ancient classical pujas of the goddess of wealth, Sri Mahalakshmi. After Lakshmi Puja, the following day is marked with Govardhan Puja, also known as Bali Pratipad Padwa. A festival that marks the huge victory of the Lord Sri Krishna lifting the Mount Govardhan. The following day is celebrated as Bhai Dooj, which is dedicated to the bond between sister and brother. It's also celebrated as Vishvakarma Puja Day. Dhanteras. Festival, also known as Dhantrayodashi, falls on the 13th lunar day of Krishna Paksh in the Kartik month, usually 1 or 2 days before Diwali, also known as Festival of Wealth. Literal meaning of this festival: Dhan meaning wealth and Teras meaning 13 days. This festival pays a tribute to Goddess Lakshmi, Kubera, Yamraj, Lord Dhanvantari, the physician of the gods. As per the Puranas, Vishnu Puran, Padma Puran, Brahma Puran, and many other Purans, during the Samudra Manthan, churning of the ocean, on the 13th day, Goddess Lakshmi emerged along with Kubera and chose to marry Lord Hari Shri Vishnu. Therefore, this day is celebrated to honor her and seek her blessings. There is also another side to it. Lord Dhanvantari, an avatar of Lord Vishnu, emerged from the same Samudra Manthan with a pot of elixir Amrit, which was given to the gods, and the Asurs lost. Therefore, Dhanvantari, the god of the Ayurveda in the Vedic scriptures, Dhanteras is celebrated in Lord of that episode. There's also another story linked with Yamaraj. According to this, it was believed that the horoscope of a king, Hima's son, predicted that he would die on the 4th day of marriage after getting bitten by a snake. On the 4th day of his marriage, his wife made sure her husband didn't sleep as she kept him awake, narrating stories to him. She laid out all the ornaments and coins at the entrance in a heap to lure the snake away. Supposedly, when the god of death came in disguise of a snake, he was blinded by all the dazzling jewelry and coins. And in this way, the serpent couldn't enter the prince's chamber and got very well hooked to the wife's stories and songs and spared the life of the prince. Therefore, people also worship Lord Yamaraj, the god of death, in the night and offer prayers to seek his blessings, as this day is also known as Yamadeep. In the evening, the worship of Lord Ganesha and Devi Lakshmi. Mantras are chanted for the rituals of Dhanteras. After that, Lord Dhanvantari, founder of Ayurveda, is worshipped. People pray for good health and well-being of their families. The mantra for Lord Dhanvantari: Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshan Vasudevai Dhanvantarai Amrut Kalash Hastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaye Sarva Amay Nivarane Trilokya Pate Trilokya Nidhe Shri Mahavishnu Swarup Shri Dhanvantari Swarup Shri Shri Aushchat Chakra Narayan Swaha. Lord Kubera is also worshipped, and goddess of wealth Lakshmi is worshipped. There is also a very common belief. It's an extremely auspicious day to make new purchases, especially gold, silver, new utensils, acquisitions such as property, vehicles, or any gemstones. It is believed that the new wealth or some form of precious metal is a sign of good luck. In these modern times, Dhanteras has become to be known as the most auspicious occasion for buying gold, silver, and other metals. The idea is to put all the wealth you have earned in front of you and feel the abundance and celebrate it. But when you put your attention on abundance, then abundance grows. In the Earth Shastra, Chanakya says, Earth, which means prosperity, is the root of righteousness. This day is celebrated and aimed at increasing wealth and prosperity. Dhanteras also engages in the themes of cleansing, renewal, and securing of auspiciousness in the form of Lakshmi. Narak Chaturdashi, also known as Kali Chaudash or Roop Chaturdashi. This day is celebrated as a day of victory over evil because Lord Krishna killed the ferocious demon Narkasur on this day. Narkasur, the demon, was plundering both earth and the world of the gods, Devlok. Even Lord Indra, the king of gods, failed to stop Narkasur. The gods requested Lord Vishnu to intervene and save the earth and heaven. Lord Vishnu, the preserver, promised that the slaying of Narkasur will be done through Lord Krishna, who is incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And so Lord Krishna put an end to Narkasur. Lord Krishna requested his wife Satyabhama, who is the incarnation of Bhumi Devi, to come along with him to the battlefield. Narkasur had been given a boon by Lord Brahma that no male will be able to kill him, and that only a woman would be the cause of his death. This led the cruel Narkasur to imprison all women who were anywhere in the kingdom. Therefore, Lord Krishna, with his wife Satyabhama, engaged in a fierce battle with the demon. It is also said that the Lord had a slight injury inflicted by Narkasur, and enraged Satyabhama made the final assault with her arrow, which killed the demon. Lord Krishna said free all the women who Narkasur had captivated. Therefore, Narak Chaturdashi is celebrated to commemorate this victory against Narkasur. Goddess Kali or Mahakali, Shakti, is worshipped on this day too, and therefore the name Kali Chaudas. So many versions of the Narak Chaturdashi stories. It is said Goddess Kali and Lord Krishna together killed Narkasur. Another version of Kali Chaudas, Narak Chaturdasi, says that Goddess Kali decimated the powerful and wicked Asur Raktabij on this day and drank his blood. The demon Raktabij, along with Shumba and Nishumba, fought Goddess Parvati and Goddess Kali. Raktabij had been granted a boon that if a drop of his blood fell on the ground, it would reproduce a clone, a duplicate of him. Even in the Puranic times, they had clones. There's nothing new to what we have in this modern age. When Goddess Kali saw this during the onslaught, she took her daunting fierce form. Goddess Kali opened her mouth wide and devoured all the clones of Raktabij, slaughtered the original Raktabij and drank his blood. This triumphant incident is said to have occurred on this day of Kali Chaudas. Lord Hanuman is also worshipped on this day for protection. Narak Chaturdasi story is when Lord Hanuman was merely a child. He had gobbled the sun thinking it's a fruit, plunging the world into utter darkness. On this day, all gods tried to plead and cajole little Hanuman to release the sun from his mouth, but Lord Hanuman would not listen to anyone. Finding no other way, Lord Indra used his thunderbolt to hit Lord Hanuman's mouth, which released the sun and brought the light back to the world. Victory of light over darkness. This day is also known as Roop Chaturdashi, a day when the Lord is adorned and prepared for the festivities of the following days. There's abhyang and lots of fragrant oils, and he's bathed in those beautiful oils and got ready for the following days' festivals. Roop Chaturdashi. Narak Diwali. from the Sanskrit word Deepawali, meaning row or series of light. And the term is derived from the Sanskrit words Deepa, which means lamp, light, lantern, that which glows, shines, illuminates, or knowledge. A row, a range, a continuous line or series of light which illuminates darkness. The festivities of Diwali is mentioned in the Sanskrit text Padma Puran, Skanda Puran, and also Srimad Bhagavad Puran. The diyas are mentioned in Skanda Kishore Puran as symbolizing parts of the sun and describing it as a cosmic giver of light and energy to all life, which transits in the Hindu calendar month of Kartika. King Harsha refers to Deepawali in the 7th century Sanskrit as Deep Pratipadotsav. Deep means light, Pratipad, which is the first day, and Utsav, which means festival, where lamps are lit and Diwali is also described as a celebration of victory, of goodness over evil, bringing light, emerging of victory, knowledge, enlightenment, auspiciousness. Diwali, the significance is wide and varied. So many celebrations. Diwali is the day Ram, Sita, Lakshman and Hanuman reached Ayodhya after a period of 14 years in exile after Rama's army defeated the demon Ravana's army of evil. Also in the Dwapar Yuga, Krishna killed the demon Narkasur with his wife Satyabhama. Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity and wife of Vishnu, is also celebrated on this day, as Lakshmi was born from Samudra Manthan. She manifested during the churning of the cosmic ocean of milk by the Devas and Asurs. A Vedic legend found in several Puranas such as Padma Puran, Vishnu Puran, Brahma Puran, Shiv Puran. Lakshmi is worshipped on this day along with Ganesha, who gets rid of any obstacles. The goddess Kali, who also symbolizes the victory of good over evil, is celebrated on this day. Krishna is celebrated on this day as he destroyed the evil demon king Narkasur, symbolic victory of knowledge and good over ignorance and evil. Saraswati, who embodies music, literature and learning, is also worshipped on this day. And Kubera, who symbolizes treasury and wealth, is also worshipped. Diwali also signifies the start of a new era, a new year. Diwali, light, enlightenment, new growth, new beginnings, and most importantly, a festival of sharing, joy, and sweets. Families welcome each other into their homes, share sweets, share the traditional pujas, and exchange gifts with joy and keeping the traditions intact. Some communities also pay respect to their ancestors. The night is also celebrated with firecrackers. And it's a symbolic farewell to the departed ancestral souls. Deepawali. Govardhan Puja. This day is also known as Ankut Puja or Bali Pratipad. This day is the day after Diwali and celebrated as Lord Krishna had defeated Lord Indra. Govardhan Puja is celebrated by making foods of cereals, wheat, rice, gram flour, vegetables in order to offer to the Lord Sri Krishna. The legend of Govardhan Puja. Govardhan Puja is celebrated to commemorate, as per the Purana, history of Govardhan Parvat, through which lives of many people were saved from critical rainfall. Gokul and the people, the inhabitants of Vrajbhumi, used to worship God Indra, also known as the god of rain. But Lord Krishna changed that. He advised the inhabitants to worship the Ankut hill, or known as Govardhan Parvat or mountain, as he is the real God who is nurturing and saving your lives from drastic conditions by giving you food and shelter. They started worshipping the mountain in the place of God Indra. On seeing this, Indra became very angry and started the rain pour, which flooded Gokul and the Vrajbhumi. Finally, Lord Krishna saved their lives by lifting the Govardhan hill on his little finger and gave shelter to the people under this Govardhan Parvat at the age of 7 years. In this way, Lord Indra was defeated by Lord Sri Krishna. Indra came and apologized to Krishna and gave up on his ego. Therefore, the day is celebrated as Govardhan Puja to offer homage to Govardhan Parvat. Govardhan Puja is also celebrated as Ankut. In Gokul, Mathura, Nathadwara, This festival literally spells Brothers' Day, Bhai Beej, Bhai Tilak. It celebrates the sister bond in spirit to Raksha Bandhan. But it is the brother that travels to meet the sister and her family. This festival is interpreted by symbolizing Yamraj, the god of death, his sister Yamuna, the divine, welcoming Yamraj with a tilak, whilst other interpretations include arrival of Krishna at his sister Subhadra's place after defeating Narkasur the demon, and Subhadra welcomes him with a tilak on his forehead. It celebrates the bond of the siblings between the brother and sister. People gather together, perform a puja for the well-being of their brothers, and a ritual of feeding the brothers with their hands and receiving gifts. Sisters protect their brothers from enemies that seek to cause them either bodily, spiritual, or any other harm. The pujas and the festivities continue, bringing joy and more joy. Happy Deepawali to all.